back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're off to the Middle Brighton Baths and the Royal Brighton Yacht Club. I'll give you as much as I can in relation to a brief history, and if I run out of time during these old photos and images, we'll reconnect when we get the drone up. So basically the Middle Brighton Baths and the Royal Brighton Yacht Club is located in Victoria, Australia, approximately 14 kilometres or 8.6 miles south of the state capital Melbourne and within the local government area of Bayside City Council. Now, it is said that the yacht club we're about to visit began as a result of a chance race between two gentlemen cleaning their boats on the beach of Middle Brighton in August 1875. 1 month later, the Brighton Sailing Club was established with 15 members, and by April 1876, the club had 57 members and 13 boats on their register. In 1877, the first building was erected on the site. The club prospered despite the depression of the 1890s, and by the turn of the century was in a sound financial position with 167 members, and a new clubhouse opened in 1898. So popular was the club that a branch was opened at Black Rock in 1903, later to become Black Rock Yacht Club. The pier was first extended in 1904 and a slipway built in 1907. The clubhouse required enlargement in that year also. So what I'll do, I've run out of time, so I'll give you more history when the drone goes up a little bit later. Welcome back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're at the Royal Brighton Yacht Club and also the Middle Brighton Sea Baths, I guess was what they used to be called. That's now a restaurant. So this is sort of a moment in time. I've just noticed that my t-shirt is covered in cat hair, so I do apologise for that. That's one of the unfortunate things of having cats and wearing dark clothing. We'll have a look around. I'm a bit curious about this place. It's got a bit of history. I found a few sort of old photos in the State Library of Victoria, and we'll have a look around. It's a very warm day, and there's a lot of flies, which is very irritating. But it is what it is. It really is a nice day. There's a lot of people on the beach. Not too windy, so whether or not I get the drone up is up for debate, I guess.
it all depends on the wind and where I can take off and land without causing too much drama for people who find that sort of stuff irritable to them, even though we're legally allowed to do so. So I'll turn the camera around, I'll show you around. You'll see that things don't really change that much, especially when it comes to the Middle Brighton ocean swimming pool, I guess. And as I mentioned, it is now a restaurant, but the facade of the building has not changed at all. So please enjoy as I swing this camera around. So we are on a main road, so you'll hear a lot of background traffic. And there's your building. That used to be the Ocean Baths. Now it's a restaurant called the Baths. We're in Middle Brighton, even though next door it's called the Brighton Yacht Club, or the Royal Brighton Yacht Club to be correct. And you can see there's a bit of a gym on the first floor on the left there. There is a restaurant upstairs as well, and they're happy to deal with weddings and events. So you've got a health club there on the left, restaurant on the right, and it's a place for receptions. And if I just pan to the right, you'll see the distance to the CBD by that skyline. And if I pan a little bit more to the right, that's where the Royal Brighton Yacht Club is. So just to the right there are a few plaques that give you a little bit of information about the area. And I can tell you that the sea baths are still open, which is great. And I'm not sure why you'd go in there when the beach next door is just as good. So on the plaque, maybe we'll catch some old photos of what it used to look like back in the day. There's your first one. Once again, just press pause if you want to read any of the information that's being displayed. If I start reading it, it could take some time. And time is really one thing you don't have on YouTube, because people lose interest pretty quick. So I'll do this relatively quickly. Once again, just press pause. Some nice old photos there. This one's more to do with the ecosystem in the area. Now there are a few plaques that have obviously gone astray. This one's particularly quite good. And you can see the sea baths on what it looked like back in its day. It's just terrific. So once again, just press pause, have a look. So it says here that the Brighton Beach Baths opened in 1861. Okay, and as you can see, the beach is fine. I'm not sure why you'd want to pay the extra money to go behind that wall, but each to their own, I guess. And there's a lot of people about. It is a nice day. So I'm just going to take a bit of a stroll on the actual pier, and there's this sort of shelter here. Looks like it's been around for quite some time. Once again, you get a really nice view of the skyline, and there you have the front of the Royal Brighton Yacht Club, and that's the back of the Middle Brighton Baths, or the Ocean Baths. Okay, so we're at the end of the pier, which is where all the boats are kept, and it is off limits unless you do have a boat here, which seems more than reasonable to me. So it's good, it's got a code so you can't just break in. Plenty of surveillance cameras, which is great, and it looks like they do some maintenance. It's a shame that you can no longer walk around the perimeter of the actual marina, and they're saying from Victoria Parks, or Parks Victoria, it's obviously some sort of issue with the pier itself, and for public safety they've closed it all up. Now just turning back to where we are, it looks like this pier is overdue for some repairs. Now I'm assuming back in the day, and all not that long ago, one could come to this location by boat without using the marina, because I'm sure there must be some sort of tolls involved, and you could park your boat just here if you came into Port Phillip Bay via a jetty from somewhere with your own little fishing boat. Park up here and then make your way to have a meal at the restaurant there. But I guess that's now out of bounds. So obviously, once again, it is closed because it's structurally unsound. So there's the back of the ocean baths for the Middle Brighton gym, I guess. I'm not sure who owns it. I'm assuming it could be just a council-run thing, or it might be privately owned, where you've got to pay a subscription and join. But I'm not sure. I might have a closer look and see what that's all about. I think it might be a situation that the council might run it. You pay a small fee to get in, and you can have a swim there, and probably you have the opportunity to have a lifeguard on when it is open for safety. So once again, you really do have quite a spectacular view of the city skyline of Melbourne. There are, without a shadow of doubt, some snappy houses right on the foreshore here. And it looks like the local kids or people that come out this way to jump off the pier are doing so. If I recall, it's something that I used to do as a kid as well. I think we used to go to St Kilda Pier to jump off from there from time to time. But yeah, very peaceful. And right in the middle of your screen there is the that Royal Brighton Yacht Club. And you might have seen, look, it doesn't look like it's changed too much. It looks like it's been rendered from the outside to make it look sort of newer, but the actual sort of design and the structural shape of it looks very much like what we saw in the earlier photos. Maybe it's extended at one end, I'm not sure, but that's how it just appears to me. Obviously, once I go through the editing process, I can probably clarify a few things. Now, I have been able to find a few plaques, and here is just one of them. And what does it say? These bars were officially opened by the Mayor of Brighton on the 19th of December 1936. So it appears that the yacht club is older. There's another plaque. Got a beauty shop or a health spa right here. And here's some more plaques. We'll have a look at this. Once again, just press pause if you want to read this. This tablet is to commemorate the establishment of the Corporation Baths, erected on this site in the year 1881. Okay, so there's a bit of history here, where things have got wrecked, ruined and replaced. And these are all the people that want to take credit for it. Fair enough. The boundary. Okay, now just for a little bit of an update as we make our way to the Royal Brighton Yacht Club. I spoke to the lady at the fitness centre or the health centre. Anyone can go into that cordoned off area of the beach baths. It's $10, so that's the fee you pay. I guess you have access to toilets and drinks and everything like that, but I'm sure that if anyone came off the street to buy some drinks or whatnot, I'm sure they'd accommodate you. So there you go. So it's $10 for anyone who wants to use that allocated area that's fenced in. If you're a member at the gym, I'm assuming that might be part of the deal that you pay. You get to swim in the segregated area. So we'll have a look at this Royal Brighton Yacht Club. So I have come by motorbike. She was in storage for a little while I was overseas, and I had a flat battery. For those who might have been interested, I didn't put it on the old trickle charge, And once we charged her up, the old girl went very well. She started up straight away, and it's great to be back on a motorbike. It's one of the joys I have, which I think is just great. So if you're not into motorbikes, that's fine. I just enjoy the bit of freedom. So this is the actual formal sort of entry. So you drive in like this white BMW has. I guess they would also cater to weddings and functions as well. So that's all good. We'll check out what flags they got on display. And they've just got their, I've forgotten what it's called. There is an actual name for every yacht club, and they have like a triangular sort of flag that represents their club. I'm not sure, I just forgot, but you know what I mean. So that's the entry, and it all looks very, very good. Okay, so now I've been able to make my way into the Royal Brighton Yacht Club, and I can tell you the general manager there, by the name of Philip Hall, was very accommodating. He's an absolute champion. He allowed me just to take a few of those images that you've just seen, which is mostly of the interior, which is great. So it gives you an idea of what it looks like, and I can tell you that it's not a snooty sort of organisation that one might perceive. Very welcoming. I don't know what it is to join here. They do weddings. They will have receptions here for corporate affairs as well. I think it's just a situation where you just got to call them and ask them whether or not that's possible, and I'm sure they'll be able to cater to your needs. So the man to talk to here is a Philip Hall. Now you might have seen this image in some of the older photos. I'm hoping there are some. This is just a closer look where we were on the balcony, and it is a very sort of lovely place to come for an outing, even if you're just going to have a drink or socialise with friends. Membership, I don't know all those sort of details. You'll have to contact the Royal Brighton Yacht Club about that sort of stuff. But it does, they're very welcoming. So don't assume that some of these clubs keep people at a distance. I think they're more than happy to have people join and be part of their organisation. And if you're into sailing, especially if you've got kids, you can come here and you can learn how to sail, which is just great. Once again, there's your view of the beach. Now you don't see these sort of signs too often, especially in the bay area of sort of inner Melbourne. Watch out for those snakes, I guess. So there is a bike path that runs right along the coastal line of Port Phillip Bay, pretty much. You can ride a bike here all the way from the city of Melbourne, or the CBD of Melbourne. And as you can see, they've split up some areas for pedestrians and for cyclists. And those cyclists are included with the electric scooter guys, because I've just seen a few people on electric scooters zipping around, which is just great. As you can see, the marina out there is quite large. So this is the dog area, or the off-lead dog area. That's right near the Royal Brighton Yacht Club. So that's great. So you can bring your dog here, and there's even a dedicated statue for a dog. Feast your eye on this guy. He's got all the right gear on. I do like his glasses. So there you go. I'm just curious on what he's looking at. So if I come from behind and look over his head, what's he actually looking at? He's just looking to where the off-lead dog area is. So there you go, just terrific. Very good. Now there is a plaque just down here, tells you a little bit more about it. Not sure if I can focus in on this. So there you go, so it's the summertime 2017. This plaque was unveiled by some guy. So this is the statue's called Summertime. Very good. I do like it, and I do like the dog. Very good. Now I just thought I'd share you this board that's on display. So if you do have children that are keen on sailing, you don't have to be a local. I'm sure they take anyone who's prepared to learn, pay their fees, and you could get a son or a daughter being a sailor one day. So this is just some of the equipment they have if you want to learn how to sail a boat, send your kids down, and this is some of the gear they'll be required to use and master. Now I just wanted to point out also there is a fish and chip shop here, so you can get your fish and chips, park yourself on the beach or on the side there. There's also public toilets that anyone can access, and you can watch your dog run around or just take a break from the daily grind of life.
Okay, so now I'll jump back in with a bit more history that I've discovered. In 1925, another extension to the clubhouse was completed. The royal warrant was granted in 1924 by Her Majesty King George V, and the club has long had vice-regal connections. Lord Bassey, Governor of Victoria, was elected to membership in 1896, and Lord Forster, Governor-General, was elected in 1921. Both the then Governor-General and Governor of Victoria, Lord Stonehaven, and the Earl of Stradbroke were elected to membership in 1926. The resurgence of interest in yachting, spurred by the international competition of the America's Cup Challenge of the 1960s, required expanded facilities. The marina was completed in the late 1960s and further extended in 1979. The addition of the hard stand in 1987 accommodated a large one-design fleet still flourishing today. The current Middle Brighton Sea Baths date from 1936, after the older ones, built in the 1880s, were destroyed in a storm. It is the last remaining one of its kind down the east side of Port Phillip Bay. The building is an excellent example of the Moderne Deco style building. Now, once again, all the credits and references will be in the description below for those that seek that information, so please enjoy the rest of the aerial views.
Okay, so here we are near the end of this video or presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, by all means, click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing doesn't cost you 1 cent and it really does help the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe and have a great day.